What you're about to see is a fictional theory. Viewer discretion and a healthy sense of skepticism is advised. What if the world's most popular online game wasn't a game at all? What if the chaotic firefights, the lightning-fast decisions, the endless simulation of war and survival were part of something else entirely? A secret program, hidden in plain sight, built to observe, train, and recruit. And if you're good enough, they'll find you. Fortnite launched in 2017. Within a year, it was a global phenomenon, seemingly out of nowhere. No marketing campaign could explain it. No trend forecast predicted it. It was almost as though the game, and others like it, served another purpose. And a darker one at that. Massively multiplayer online games, or MMOs, connect millions of users across the globe. They appear innocent, even utopian, players cooperating, competing, and communicating in rich virtual worlds. But beneath that surface lies opportunity. These aren't just games. They're sprawling psychological laboratories, real-time behavior trackers, encrypted communication hubs, the perfect arenas for surveillance and recruitment. Intelligence agencies have long known that virtual environments offer something most real-world surveillance can't: total immersion. Every keystroke, every hesitation, every relationship is recorded, modeled, and scored. And in a world where data is power, an MMO isn't just a game, it's a recruitment net and even a testing ground, or perhaps more accurately, a weaponized simulation. A free-to-play game that costs nothing, yet generates billions. A company with no prior mainstream mega hits, suddenly controlling one of the largest digital social ecosystems on Earth. Behind the cartoon chaos, something else lurks. Fortnite runs on the Unreal game engine, software now used in everything from Hollywood films to military-grade virtual training modules. And the deeper you go, the stranger it gets. The United States Department of Defense has invested millions in real-time behavior analysis tools. This includes funding for the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, which runs black-budget projects to predict human decision-making in combat environments. And for that, they need test subjects. Millions of players and infinite scenarios, all monitored, logged, and processed. It looks like nothing more than an online game. But what if it was always designed to be something else? Fortnite doesn't just entertain, it evaluates. Every match is a test, not of your aim, but of your mind. Speed, decision-making, threat prioritization, spatial memory, emotional regulation under pressure. These aren't just skills for gamers. These are requirements for modern operatives. In-game building systems mirror urban combat tactics. Resource management mimics real-world field logistics. Even the storm, the ever-closing circle, forces confrontation, encouraging fast, lethal resolutions. Epic's proprietary tools, designed for games, are also used by defense contractors to create virtual combat scenarios for military personnel. But what if those two uses aren't separate? What if Fortnite is the simulation? Every time you drop from the battle bus, the system watches. Every decision is logged, not by human eyes, but by learning algorithms, identifying potential, flagging anomalies, and sorting profiles. And while you think you're gaining experience points, something else might be keeping score. Because in this battle royale, there are no spectators. There are only players and observers. On the surface, the Fortnite leaderboard is about bragging rights. But what if it's more than that? Elite players don't stay on the platform forever. Burnout or boredom are certainly factors for some. But what if something else is occurring? What if they were, shall we say, approached? High-level gameplay isn't just impressive, it's rare. The ability to control chaos, think 5 moves ahead, and eliminate threats without hesitation. All the skills one needs for covert operations. The theory goes like this. Once you reach a certain tier of performance, you're no longer being matched, you're being monitored. Every shot you fire, every decision you make, feeds into a larger pattern. From that point on, your in-game choices become your resume. Your win streak is your clearance level. And if you make the cut, you'll know. It won't be a job offer and it won't come by email. It will be subtle and even strange, but it will feel like the next level. What if Fortnite isn't just identifying future assets, but shaping them? Thousands of hours, repetitive stimuli, reward systems for decisive action, penalization for hesitation. It's not just gameplay, it's programming. The military has long used video simulations to train reflexes, heighten awareness, and normalize violence under pressure. Fortnite, beneath its satirical surface, demands those same traits. It's not so far-fetched when one thinks about it. Games such as Fortnite function as a behavioral conditioning tool. Players are introduced to fast-paced combat, fostering a gradual desensitization to violence and reinforcing aggression and survival instincts, all done under the guise of entertainment. And if you play long enough, if you climb high enough, something inside you changes. Perhaps the game doesn't just make you better at it. Maybe it makes you ready for something else. If the game is the test, what happens when you pass? Some players would likely receive invitations, not just to tournaments but to exclusive training programs, internships with undisclosed sponsors, scholarships from shell organizations no one has ever heard of, all under the radar, and all, of course, off the books. What comes next is harder to trace. Some vanish from the leaderboard, others delete their accounts entirely. This happens all the time and something we are entirely oblivious to. Players we have known for years slowly stop logging on. After a while, we forget about them. There's nothing nefarious about that, so we don't think twice about it. But what starts as an unconventional paid internship or job offer becomes increasingly dark, skirting the bounds of legality, moving from occupation to a way of life. The so-called jobs are likely missions and field tests, real-world evaluations carried out under extreme secrecy. The phrase, need-to-know basis becomes part of one's lexicon, part of one's creed. But once they become part of the organization, what then? Can they simply leave? Simply say, thank you for the opportunity, but I'll go back to my normal life now? No, it's not that easy. Much like other secret organizations, once in, it's almost impossible to get out. What started as a game controller becomes a weapon system, and what was once a mindless pastime transforms into a covert and deadly occupation. And the ones playing it? They're not gamers anymore. They're assets. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Only on Cretonium.